with people on their happiness levels, either before relationships or as they're getting into relationships or even after they're in relationships. So we're, in a way, doing the same work coming from a slightly different direction. And so what I want to ask you about is relationships, marriage, because there's so many different parts of relationships, and the people that are either lucky or unlucky, they get married. We'll see if it's a great relationship that they can have into their older years. But tell me about marriages. Why do you think there's so many marriages that are failing now?
It's really very simple. What happens is, I call this the dating persona. Boy meets girl, girl meets boy. Boy does everything to please girl, girl does everything to please boy. They get married. Then he stops doing that and she stops doing that. And then she'll turn around and say, well, you're not the man I married. And he'll say, well, you're not the woman I married. The woman I married used to look after me, care for me, honor me, respect me. And she'll say, well, the man I married used to do that too. And this is what happens. To prevent your partner from leaving you, if you make them your number one priority, they will never leave you. And this is what happens. People take each other for granted. And then if someone else gives them that attention that they really, really want, it's over.
And I believe that parenting is very, very important in the role of relationships. I believe that people learn a lot about relationships from observing their parents, watching their parents. They either learn good things from their parents or they learn bad things. Tell me what you see the role is that parents play in relationships or in their children's lives.
Yeah, it's absolutely crucial. The biggest mistake that parents make is they make their children their number one priority. If you do that, it's destined for failure, because this is what happens. Normally, the mother will make the child the number one priority. So the husband, at the beginning, will accept it. Then he'll say, well, this isn't quite right, but, there's nothing I can do. So he'll start playing sport, working harder, earning more money, and then he'll spend more time out of the house because he's getting his sort of fix. The woman gets her fix looking after the child, but then when the child goes to university or leaves home, she'll turn around to her husband and say, hey, I'm back, where are you? But he's long gone. And the child sees that, and the child will do the same, and it's a vicious cycle. Whereas if you make your partner your number one priority, the child will see that, and a beautiful thing happens. Because you make your partner your number one priority, your ability to love and be loved will increase, so that the child will even get more love. So everybody wins, but you do not destroy your marriage, and your children will have the same type of marriage.
So let's go into more detail about that, Anil, if you would, please. Let's talk about some things that parents can do to make life better for themselves and make life better for their kids.
Okay, you have to make your partner your number one priority. So put them first. It doesn't mean you're putting your child in a second place. It's just that you're making sure the relationship works and lasts and is strong. And the child will see that, and the child will honor and respect that. And they won't use one parent against the other parent. Support each other, be loving, be caring, spend time together, schedule time together.
Your website is a very interesting website. You've worked with some really spectacular people, been around some spectacular people. Could you tell me how that's worked in your life to get the word out? Because people could be the most fascinating, knowledgeable, experienced people in the world, but if they don't quite know how to get themselves out of this plastic paper bag, they stay there with all that wonderful knowledge. How do you get the knowledge out? How do you get the word out to people in the world? And how do you connect with people to get the word out?
It's really very simple. If you do this one thing, I promise you results. Okay? Ready? Be so great that you cannot be ignored. And if you are ignored, it doesn't matter. So just be so great. Be your best. Show up differently. Be differently. Be more powerful. Be more generous. Be more kind. be more loving, be more caring, and it will lead you to a beautiful pathway.
Well, this has been fantastic, Anil. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we finish with this really wonderful conversation we've had?
I would just ask you to do the 3 Gs: give, grow, and gratitude. And I promise you, if you do those 3 things, your life will change. Be the greatness inside of you. Be the great person that you know you are within you.
And tell us one more time how we can connect with you. Anyone out there listening, watching, can contact you, who want to work with you, who really want to make change in your life.
Yeah, please come to my website. You'll find a lot of content there. It's immediatehappiness.com, and there's a clarity session there. Just fill that in. There's also my quiz, myhappinessscore.com. You can find out how happy you are, and from there you can change your life. Today is the day.
Anil Gupta, author, speaker, great concepts, wonderful catalyst for change for anyone in the world that wants to change. I love what you're doing. I think what we do, both of us do, is very important, very helpful. So I want to thank you so much for being on the show, and I look forward to working with you in the future, doing more work with you in the future, and getting out there in the world and reaching tens of thousands of people, because you and I both know that they need some immediate happiness.
There you go. I appreciate you taking me on your show. Thanks, Bruce.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Thank you for staying with me on the Bruce Starr Show. You know, I'm also known as the Love Coach. And ever since 1993, when I started opening up a room on America Online called Relationship Coaching, I had some amazing things happen. I opened up that room at the suggestion of a TV producer who said to me, you could reach a lot of people by opening up a room on America Online and chatting with them. I said, what's America Online? How do you chat with someone online? What are you talking about? Well, he opened up his computer, showed me AOL. He says, open up a room on America Online, call it whatever you want, see what happens. That's exactly what I did. And starting in 1993, I opened up a room called Relationship Coaching. And many people, over 6,000, came into that room, brave souls who were not afraid to talk about their relationships. And I was there to help them with their relationships, but an amazing thing happened. I listened to 6,000 stories, detailed, documented stories about their lives and their relationships. And I learned more from them about love, sex, and dating and relationships than I ever could have learned anywhere else. And I'm going to share some of those conversations with you right now. This was always one of the most interesting conversations that I had with someone. And this person came into the room and they said, are all the good ones taken? And I said, could you explain? This person said, well, I seem to have this problem finding just the right person. It seems to me that all the good ones are taken. I know you've heard that before, this person said. Maybe I'm just trying too hard or don't know where to go to meet the right people. I've met people, but they are seeing somebody else or they're just not available. It gets very frustrating. Then I tell myself not to worry about it and just go on. I meet someone, but they're taken and just looking for a one-night stand. I'm over that. And I said, if you seem to only notice the taken ones, you are only attracted to unavailable people. You know, you will always find them wherever you go. You need to look at why you don't get turned on by the available ones. Well, I don't know any. And why do you think that? How do you know if they're available or not? It seems as if there are no good ones available. And so I said, it can't possibly be true that all the good ones are taken.
It's just impossible. It seems the ones you are attracted to are people that don't show you any interest, or they don't pursue you because they are already with someone. And you like that. You are very good at picking that up in people, and the challenge to win them over for you kicks in. They have that not so interested look. They appear self-assured, cocky, a bit arrogant. They look as if they know something you don't know. They have that detached look. The reason is, if they are looking for that additional relationship, they look for the ones who will go along with their game and not mind if they're taken. They are not available emotionally, yes. And you know that type. Safe, hard to get. If you get too close, they will leave. And then I waited a few seconds, and this person said, yes, that's true. Well, I said, that is how you know they are taken. Because their message is, if you want me on my terms, great. Then I don't have to feel guilty when I leave you later because I told you I really wasn't available. If you wanted more, you should not have started with me. And you know this. If you cry foul later, there's no one to blame but yourself. The sooner you stop finding unavailable or uninterested people attractive, the sooner you will be open to meeting someone who wants to be with you for the right reasons, not just for games. Right now, you are only attracted to people who just want to stimulate your mind with games, not with someone who will stimulate your heart. You secretly know that you have been so hurt in the past, you are protecting your heart. You are the one not letting someone in who you can love and who can love you. Until you work on that self-love, feeling worthy of love, feeling ready for love, nothing will change. Those people like that, people that love themselves, would never allow themselves to start a relationship with someone they knew was not there for them or in their highest good. Thank you, everybody, for being with me today on the Bruce Starr Show. We'll see you the next time for more interesting guests and more interesting information. Bye-bye, everybody.
You're listening to WGSN-DB, Going Solo Network, Singles Talk Radio channel, where we take a lighthearted and candid approach to discussions on the journey of relationship loss, divorce, parenting, being single, relationships building, dating, and yes, sex. Join our listeners and begin living your best life.